Good evening. My name is Ben Foltran, and this is the Groundview. Tonight we have a bit of a special for you. We thought it best to cover the presidential race and show all of the campaigns that will be competing this year. At present, there are 6 campaigns making a total of 12 candidates that will be vying for the favor of the Teen Pack Nation. This is shaping up to be a very interesting election, and we hope you enjoy our coverage of it on this segment of the Groundview. To get started, let's go through the campaigns in order of party. First, let's talk about Perseverance. Perseverance is historically the biggest and most powerful party. However, this year, Vision has taken the spot. Perseverance will, however, have the most campaigns this year with a total of 3. These include the Power Smith, Bigler Freeland, and McGrawman campaigns. Based on the current data from our previous poll, we've extrapolated that this will be the most competitive primary and is a total toss-up. At first glance, Power Smith looks like it will destroy the other campaigns and primaries based on our support poll. However, at present, Bigler Freeland is leading in their GroupMe numbers with 271 supporters, whereas the Power Smith campaign is just at 223. Due to the contradiction, we cannot make a confident guess at the present moment to which campaign will be leading. Additionally, the McGrawman campaign, though far behind at present, may be able to close the gap leading up to National Convention. As for Vision, it'll be quite competitive as well, as both Baker Goodrich and Heredia Gabhart campaigns will be duking it out. Here is where we will see another disconnect between the Groundview poll results and the GroupMe numbers. Although Heredia Gabhart has established a lead in the support poll, Baker Goodrich is currently leading in GroupMe numbers, as you can see here. This leaves the Vision primaries as quite a toss-up as well, as neither of these campaigns could secure a lead over the other in the coming weeks. Finally, the Compassion Party. These presidential primaries will be less competitive, as there is currently only one presidential campaign running in the party, this campaign being Rob Timmons. This basically guarantees them a spot in the general election, and although they are the second smallest campaign coming into the week, they should not be ignored, as they could prove to be a massive threat to both Perseverance and Vision candidates on election night. Now, to take a deep dive into the campaigns individually, let's start with Power Smith. The head of the ticket is a one Noah Powers, who has proven himself to be a massive figure in Teen Pact and a force to be reckoned with in elections, gaining the title of the best name recognition as a student. Additionally, he will likely carry the massive momentum he created with his presidential campaign last year, the Powers-Ehrenberg campaign. Noah Powers hails from Lapeer, Michigan, and will be entering the election as a first-year staffer and a first-year travel staffer. His running mate, Mackenzie Smith, hails from Knoxville, Tennessee. This is her second-year staffing and has been part of election campaigns in the past. Seeing as Tennessee wields very large numbers at National Convention, she will likely gain campaign massive numbers on her own. Moving on to Bigler Freeland, they will also have a very strong campaign this year. Bruce Bigler from Tulsa, Oklahoma, has enjoyed his second year of staffing and will have the pleasure of staffing 5 states this year. He also won a senatorial seat last election, which will give him massive strength into this election, especially for first-time voters, as they will see him as more electable. His running mate, Emma Freeland, is also a sitting senator of the Teen Pack Nation. She is also from Knoxville, Tennessee, which challenges the state of Tennessee with Mackenzie Smith. Seeing as the Electoral College only matters in the general election, we won't actually see them compete for the state, as only one campaign will make it out of primaries. As to the McGrawman campaign, this will be the outlier among the others to announce, as they are the only campaign that is run by students this year. Generally, student campaigns are ignored. However, the Powers-Ehrenberg campaign last year proved that student campaigns may actually be able to take the election, as the campaign contained the highest support in the Groundview polls last year and the best name recognition of all other candidates. With all this being said, the McGrawman campaign could prove to be influential this coming election. The head of the ticket, Aidan McDermott, who is currently in the state of Texas, will be able to gain that massive state support if he is successful. His running mate, Liam Grohlman, is also from the state of Texas. If they manage to secure the state, it will gain a massive advantage over all of their competitors in both generals and primary election, as they often have a massive turnout at national convention. Now, to the Vision Party, let's start with the Baker-Goodrich campaign. Jediah Baker is from Port Huron, Michigan, and is currently in his second year of staffing. With Michigan being his home state, this will challenge Noah Powers for the state. Unlike Tennessee, we could see Michigan fought for in the general election this year by two locals, as these two candidates are not in the same party. If this indeed happens, it will prove to be very interesting come election night. To add to Jediah's resume, he is another sitting elected official of the Teen Pack Nation, as he won a representative seat last year. His running mate, Bella Goodrich, hails from Reno, Nevada. This is also her second year of staffing Teen Pact, and she's also a sitting representative, giving both candidates of the ticket significant strength going into this election season. As for their competitors, Heredia Gebhardt, we will see similarly powerful resumes. Brad Heredia calls Marysville, Missouri his home. He won a senatorial seat last year as well, which will give him massive strength going into this election. Additionally, he is currently in his third year of staffing, which has established himself across many states. His running mate, Lila Gebhardt, from the state of Connecticut. She also has staffed 3 years and has gotten to staff 4 states this year. Though she is not a sitting elected official, she still has made a name for herself last year, which will likely bring massive momentum into this year. Finally, we come to the Raub Timmons campaign. Brennan Raub comes from Melbourne, Florida, and is another elected official, winning a representative seat in last year's election. He is also in the midst of his third year staffing. He's managed to get around to 5 states this year, and since he almost certainly making it into generals, this will be massive for their campaign in the Electoral College. The latter half of the ticket represents Blaze Timmons. He has staffed 2 years and has also gotten around quite well. Although he is not presently an elected official, he is still a well-known figure in Teen Pact and will likely support the campaign with pretty good support. Now, before I close, let's look at the election map of the United States to get a good picture for what is actually going on, and to help predict what may happen in the general election. The Powers-Smith campaign takes Michigan and Tennessee, calling both of those states their home. Bigler-Freeland campaign takes Oklahoma and challenges Tennessee. Likewise, the Baker-Goodrich campaign challenges the state of Michigan, while also gaining Nevada. Heredia Gebhardt take both Missouri and Connecticut. The McDermott-Grohlman campaign gains supremacy over Texas, with both members of the ticket calling the state home. Finally, the Raub Timmons campaign secures Florida and Kansas, while also possibly gaining Oregon, as Blaze Timmons started his Teen Pack journey in the state. As you can see, this map will help visualize the campaign's support going into this election. Now, considering most of these candidates travel staff this year, I will also add in all the states that these campaigns staffed. I have not listed the states which are challenged, as there are a lot of overlap here. There are also many home states of candidates that other campaign members staffed, such as Missouri. The Heredia Gebhardt campaign has a member of Brad Heredia who staffed Missouri, while also Powers-Smith and Bigler-Freeland gaining a foothold there during the state class. So that will not be included in this map. However, you can see that these states could become very, very significant come election night, and as it could help predict what will actually happen when the time comes. Now, it is immensely important to know the election landscape to make an educated decision. The Groundview is here to provide that insight. In the coming weeks, you'll get to see interviews with all of these candidates and gain better knowledge of their campaigns and messages. Many of you will get the opportunity to meet these candidates face-to-face at National Convention, and I would highly encourage you to do so. You have the opportunity to truly know who you're voting for, and I would heavily encourage you take advantage of this. Now, my name is Ben Foltran, and this has been The Ground View.